Oh,
Yo, 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 yo.
hello.
Let me look,
Yeah,
let me
I'll
look, let me look.
confirm. I'll
Let me look, let me
confirm
look, let me
for
look.
you.
Yeah, yes, it is. He's a genius.
He's insane with it. All right, guys. The song of the day is "Shake Back" by Kodak Black. My favorite line in the song is "He can't even read, but he can sell crack."
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, man. Lay it
Yeah, I
on
got.
me.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Indeed, indeed. Zach Wilson. You know, I have some things to say about Aaron Rodgers, but before we get to that, Zach Wilson to the Dolphins. Incredible. We've been discussing this. I'm a firm believer. I think the reason I've always enjoyed Zach Wilson so much is because he's just got a stroke of Johnny Manziel to him. And who better to be the NFL Johnny Manziel than Zach Wilson?
Yep,
Mm-mm.
can be.
He's too old now. And also, he had his, crazy like party and ball out hungover phase when he was in college, and then he just couldn't do it in the NFL. Zach Wilson, he is seasoned. He's been here in the NFL for longer than Johnny Manziel was. he he might be bigger than LeBron, as Colin Cowherd said. Oh, but okay, let me why? That's just not true. Oh, at the NFL level, yeah.
No, not good at all.
Yeah, he was not good at all at the NFL level. He was bad, very bad. So in some respect, Zach Wilson's already better than Johnny Manziel. But nah, like you know what I'm saying, man. Like Zach Wilson is going to be to Miami what Johnny Manziel was to Texas A&M.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. I don't want Tua to get hurt, but I just feel like, Tua goes down. Who else but Zach Wilson? He
Tua
relishes those
Tagovailoa.
moments. I
Yeah,
mean,
Tua can.
right now, yeah, like today, and probably from a full career standpoint when they both hang it up, yeah, Tua will have the better career. But I'm just saying, for this upcoming season, don't count him out. Don't count him out. I just feel like, like Zach Wilson, when was his best game? Oh, I don't know. Against the Chiefs when everybody was doubting him. He had his back against the wall. So, no, he didn't. That's not his peak. Based on what? Based on what? That's when he's peaked so far. Yeah, against like who? Teddy Bridgewater?
Doubtful. Beast.
Jared Stidham's freaking awesome. I'm surprised. Tua's not lucky the Dolphins didn't. Tua's lucky the Dolphins didn't sign him, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, this kid's a stud.
You know, Jared Goat Stidham, legend
Yeah.
at wherever he went to college.
Auburn.
Auburn. See, this guy played SEC football, man.
Yep,
SEC,
dominated
not
it.
everybody can do that. Some talented football players that could not play football in the SEC. Yep, yep. Oh man, you're gonna be eating your words. We gotta clip things like this, like in the moment, so when it finally happens, and we can see it. Do we have Jay Bradbury in here? Shout out Jay Bradbury. Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
Asante Samuel Jr. is a free agent?
I
No, he is a free agent. I think currently a free agent.
honestly nothing makes me feel older than Asante Samuel Jr. being in the league.
For real.
But all right, let's talk about let's kick this off with Steelers, Jets, Dolphins. I mean, phenomena. Yeah, DK Metcalf to the Steelers.
Yeah, that's pretty prudent, Phil.
I don't know.
It's absolutely huge. It's huge.
I feel like
It's huge.
DK and George Pickens. It's like I don't know if
Crash out one and crash out two, but it'll work.
Aaron Rodgers. That's what I keep hearing. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. I want it. I want it. Not on my team, but oh my gosh, it would be so funny if after a year of having to deal with Aaron Rodgers' torment on the Jets, he went to the Steelers and y'all started him. I mean,
yeah, I think he's going to Pittsburgh here.
And I haven't heard anything other than the Giants, and the Giants makes less sense. I don't think Aaron Rodgers would go to the Giants.
Just got Javon Holland.
Barely got him moved.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just worth it to have. To have DK.
I don't know, man.
Dude, and DK is a monster. He just needs someone to throw him the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be... I will say it's going to be pretty crazy having those two options there. And,
what are you guys going to do at running back? Jalen Warren?
Oh, yeah, because Najee's gone. Jalen Warren?
Okay, hold up. Najee Harris, bum. Certified bum.
Trash!
Oh, that is crazy. You can't trash Najee like that. You were arguing for him all season. Whenever I would say anything about Najee being overrated, you would be like, "Nah, he's good. He's really good." And now he's gone and he's just garbage to you. He's chopped liver.
I never said
Chopped
that.
liver.
I never hyped up Najee in any way. You want to know how I know? Because my parents will tell you right now, every time they ask me about the Steelers and Najee Harris, I would call him Snow Pant Man. I would call him Snowshoe Man. I call him Running with Jeans. He looks so slow all the time. All the time. He is absolutely slow. And
Running with
use him the
jeans
right
is
way.
crazy.
They will use him the right way. They have him on like tosses to the outside when he is one of the slowest backs in the league. I think he'll work with the Chargers because the Chargers know how to set up a running game. They know how to do that. He'll go again for his 1,000 yards, but like he barely hit 1,000 yards in 17 games. Like it's not that good.
He is kind of like, I mean, him and Mike Tomlin are like, he does kind of just barely hit 1,000 yards. Like it's such a bad 1,000 yards.
It's disgusting.
Kind of like not to overly rip on the Steelers here, but it's kind of similar to Mike Tomlin being above 500 for 20 years in a row. Him and Mike kind of have that connection, I feel.
Well, then he let him go, so clearly he's turning over a new leaf. He's not going to have this crap happen again. No way. Not a chance.
Perhaps. The, freaking...
Ooh, yo, the, compensatory picks just dropped.
Oh, shoot. Anything of
Dude, yo, the Dolphins got a 3rd, a 4th, and a 7th.
Somebody got a compensatory pick for, Oh, never mind. This was something in a class. It's kind of interesting. It's this would totally take the conversation off of free agency. Actually, yeah, no, I don't want to. It was in my you can get compensatory picks. This is actually what Brian Flores was mad about. If you interview a certain amount of people of color in the NFL,
yeah,
you get a compensatory pick between the 3rd and 4th round.
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah, no, that I agree with that for sure, dude.
I think the rule should be having them on your staff.
Yeah, because you can interview anybody.
Yeah. I would say
that's just a meeting. It's just a meeting.
Speaking of compensatory picks, though, I'm excited for next year. And obviously there's this draft and the rest of the season, but next year's compensatory picks for Pittsburgh. Did y'all see? There's a guy named Dan Moore got a 4-year, $82 million deal with the Titans. He was our left tackle, and he sucked for 4 years. And I don't know how he got paid.
How much did he make again?
It was 4 years, $80 million. It's $80 million total. So that's $20 million.
Okay.
That's what? Actually, no. It's $15 million. No, what is that? That's $20 million a year for tackle.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because he was cheeks. He was below average. Technically he got better each year, but he was still below average the entire 4 years. He was just not good, and he just got made a boatload of money to go to the Titans to be not above average.
Well, Titans are a poverty franchise.
The Titans, I feel like to them anybody would be a Pro Bowl offensive lineman with the line that they had a year ago. The past couple years, really. They made Derrick Henry. They made the entire league think Derrick Henry was washed with how bad their offensive line was. That is crazy.
Man. He wasn't even bad either. I don't even know why they let him go. They were I remember that was a build up to the last week. No, it was a big build up. It was it just happened. They're oh yeah, this is gonna be his last game. I'm why are you letting go of your best offensive player again? You did it with AJ Brown. Why are you doing it with Derrick Henry?
I think he was worse than you remember, man. Because
it's not like he didn't have 1,000 yards rushing. He had still 12, 13.
Yeah, he cracked 1,000 yards, but the drop off was insane from the previous year.
I don't remember that. I do not think it was.
I remember because I had him on my fantasy team, and I was watching Derrick Henry all the time, and every time I was so underwhelmed. He would have 3 bad games in a row and then go off for 250 yards.
I was gonna say, yeah, he had 280 attempts attempts for 1,167 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Like that's not
But he
a
averaged,
wash
like-
season. Like that's just a
No,
down
but
year for
I
him.
could. So the year before he had
It's
three. He had 350 for 1,500, 13 touchdowns. Year before that, he had 219 for 937 for 10 touchdowns. So I don't know. And then in the year before that was when he rushed for 2,000.
Yeah, man, like,
So
he's still,
yeah,
like-
yeah, it's definitely like a. And then this year he went for 1,916.
Huh.
So
I love when
definitely-
Derrick Henry's cooking.
Dude, yeah, he's fun to watch, man.
I don't like it now because he's in the AFC North, a little rat.
Yeah, that does suck eggs.
I would have preferred that. Why
Um,
couldn't have Dallas just paid him so I gotta play against him twice a year?
Dallas
It's
also
kind of
becoming,
awesome.
also
It's
becoming
awesome.
a poverty franchise.
Who's also becoming a poverty franchise?
Dallas.
Oh yeah, I mean
Becoming?
Dallas.
They've been that. They've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, it's in
Just
order
crazy,
by
bro.
city, alphabetical order by city. Yeah,
Very dumb.
their big pickup so far, probably Javonte Williams or Solomon Thomas.
Solomon Thomas is probably a good one.
Javonte-
And, I mean, Javonte Williams is a solid back too if they use.
But like, what are they doing?
Back
Just-
and CD also reconstructed though, I think. So like they should be making some moves.
They have more cap space. That's good.
Yeah, but
Let me look up the
they-
cap
Yo.
while we're
But
talking
then
about
they're
this.
just gonna have to pay Micah Parsons, and then it's all gone again.
Maybe trade Micah Parsons.
All right, bet. I'll take him.
Get like a first and a second. Do you think people would trade Micah Parsons for a first and a second?
Depends on how bad the situation is in Dallas again. Like, it really depends on what Jerry Jones thinks he needs his team to do. Because Jerry Jones is insane, man. Like, he's just not a good general manager. based
Oh,
on
he's
the fact that
horrible, man.
Well, he's run it for the last 30 years. Like, ever since Jimmy Johnson, like, stepped down, it's been all Jerry Jones. And he's been poopy buns. Because they haven't made the NFC Championship game in nearly 30 years. So, like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you
30
doing?
years?
What are you
Jeez. I had no idea.
They have not been a part of the Final Four of the NFL in 30 years. Well, technically 29.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Well, yeah, if they don't do it this year, which I'm sure nobody's holding their breath, it's 30 years.
I don't
It's
know, dude.
freaking
I'm looking at
crazy.
multiple things that say they have like 50 million in cap space. Like that can't be true.
Well, who's still available?
Why? You can go get Stephon Diggs.
I
Coming
mean,
off an
yeah,
ACL.
maybe.
I mean, it's not the worst thing, but it's still not great.
They've got to
Yeah.
trade. They've got to trade away some of their talent and just build through the draft. Honestly,
Should've never
dude,
made
trade Dak.
Yeah.
Trade Dak.
Send him
Like,
to...
give him to trade Dak to the Browns.
Cleveland doesn't make that same mistake again, do they?
They trade for Kenny Pickett and Dak.
No, that quarterback room of Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, and Dak Prescott is... It doesn't... oh, God.
Diabolical.
That's evil.
Kenny Pickett could come out on top.
What do we think been like the best signing so far?
Best signing?
The best signing so far?
Devontae
Yes,
I
Adams.
overall.
gotta say. Yeah, it's probably Devontae Adams to the Rams. My take, I mean, well, actually,
What,
before
is it
we get to
is it
the,
Justin Fields to the Jets? Is that your best signing?
it's up there for me. The Jags brought in a ton of talent, man. I mean, it's not from an individual player standpoint, but the Jags brought in Patrick McCarry, 3 years, $37.5 billion. I had to squint and make sure that there's a
Billion.
decimal there. I was
Whoa,
like,
billion.
what?
Sounds like
Yeah,
billion. Sounds like,
375
wow, alright.
million. I just make sure there's a decimal right there. And then De'Ami Brown, absolute dog. Actually, I mean there's a lot of quantity right here, but yeah, they got Eric Murray, the safety, 3 years, $22.5 million. Jordan Lewis, cornerback, 3 years, $30 million. Center Robert Hainsey, 3 years, $21 million. Where's all this cap space coming from, man?
Well, they're not paying
The
anyone,
Jags
except
are
Trevor.
Yeah, they really don't
not
pay
even
many. I don't
ETN.
think that. No, I think the only guy they might even pay is oh my god, Josh Allen Hines.
Josh Hines Allen, yeah.
Josh Hines
Oh, yeah.
Allen. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, so I see that here for 82 for Dan Moore.
yeah, I said it a year ago. I mean, watch out for the Jags, and I was very, very wrong. But
Here's the interesting thing. Here's the weird thing. So last free agency, the one like offseason that everyone thought was booty cheeks was Washington's, because Bobby Wagner was old, Austin Eckler was washed,
last year,
and they had like a couple other. I think like Zach Ertz was like okay, washed at 34. Yet they were in the NFC Championship. So I'm kind of like, you don't win or lose in March. Like that's always a thing. Like you don't win the Super Bowl in March. You gotta.
Yeah, dude, that's a great point. Like you never know how the free agents are going to be. They could have like a fucking breakout year.
But it's so interesting
Yeah,
to think
man.
because like last year, like I said, like I thought that was one of the worst off seasons in terms of free agency, and yet got Jaden Daniels. Don't care. NFC champion.
how are what are the Commanders' draft picks looking like?
This year? I mean, they're gonna be like bottom. They're gonna be like 28th or 29th because they made it so far. So they're not gonna be picking super high like they normally.
Yeah.
Like they normally have been. So. They're gonna
Like
have
they
to
normally have then.
That's true though. They've been bad for a while. They're usually up there in the top 10 or 12, like draft.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bad for such a long time.
The Commanders though, like dude, after
Yeah,
the
they're
season
back.
they just had, they bring in Deebo Samuel. Gonna be a great two-headed monster in
Dude,
the
I think
NFC East.
I think the Debo disrespect is crazy.
Well, I wasn't
Like, I
about to
think-
hop on that bandwagon. I don't know if he's just not the guy he used to be, or if his heart wasn't in it with San Fran.
It also, yeah, like that's a good point too. Because like, look at San Fran, man. They let a lot of guys go, and like a lot of guys signed elsewhere. Like, I almost wonder if just the locker room in San Fran like fell apart, and like, I don't know. I feel like not that he's going to put up what he's been like over the past few years, but I think he'll have a pretty good impact with the offense they have as like a second or third option.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's gonna open up so much for Scary Terry, and Scary Terry's gonna open up a lot for Debo. I mean,
Exactly.
Oh,
Debo
gosh.
like a second option might go crazy.
I
mhm.
like
I
it,
remember.
but the one. Oh, go ahead.
Again, I was about to go off about my fantasy team, so you can go ahead.
Get a load of this guy. It was but the thing is with Debo, that I think he's good. The problem is for me what he did in San Francisco. A lot of the time, like his best season was when he was the focal point of the offense, when he was the guy. Obviously, he can't be the guy going into Washington, so he really has to adjust to being a number 2 guy. And I think he's better than what they have. I kind of agree with some of the takes. Not that he's washed. It's just I don't think he's going to be putting up like 1,000 yards or something like that. Like I don't think he'll hit 1,000. I think he'll be like 800, 900, maybe even 750.
I don't know. We'll have to see about the yards and stuff. One thing I'm excited about is the duo of Debo Samuel and Jaden Daniels. I mean, you saw how back in the day they would kind of double Debo Samuel as a running back. They would put him on jet sweeps and stuff a lot. I feel like Dan Quinn is gonna do something crazy. He's gonna be getting a little trickeration. He's gonna be getting a little trickeration in the mix.
Dan Quinn. I don't know.
Can't stand it.
I don't like Dan Quinn.
What's your beef with Dan Quinn?
My beef with Dan Quinn is the same beef I have with Kyle Shanahan. I have the same beef
Yo,
with him.
screw Shanahan too.
Dude, oh my
I got the
gosh.
same beef with him. Y'all threw that game. Y'all still gave up the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
You say it like your team was on the losing end. Like bro, I don't know. It's like that's his L. He's got to hold it. You know, they got to do what they do.
Yeah, and bro held that L.
Because Brady was on the other end of it. What does that have to do with anything, man?
Look, man. Bro did not need that accolade. He didn't. He did not need that accolade. Do you know how much better things would probably be in Atlanta, just in general, not just in sports.
That's a great point.
In general life, as a city, if they had that win over Tom Brady, oh my gosh, that it would just.
It could have been world peace in Atlanta.
It would just be better. Like I say,
world peace in Atlanta.
Like, dude.
Damn it!
It'd just be better.
Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn's fault.
Kyle Shanahan didn't only ruin the Falcons; he ruined the city.
he ruined the state, the whole state.
Yeah, Georgia's just not real.
Ever since then, Georgia football had to pick up the slack and ruin college football.
Whoa! Ravens signed DeAndre Hopkins.
Wow.
Whoa!
On a 1 year, $6 million deal.
Damn, what the heck? That's kind of cheap.
Ravens
I want to throw some lobs here.
Ravens really love the washed wide receiver. They do that
I don't know, man. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is washed. He was just on a bad team for a bit, and people kind of forgot about him. Chiefs scooped him up, and look how good he looked.
He's okay.
He's gonna kind of be like the Zay. He's gonna be like, what am I trying to say here? DeAndre Hopkins is to Zay Flowers as to George Pickens as to DK Metcalf. I don't think the that offense. That Ravens offense. I think that's a great move. It's gonna take a lot of. It's also kind of like as Deebo Samuel is to Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Zay Flowers is gonna be
washed.
I don't think he is though.
I think he is.
Why?
Because so he goes to Kansas City. He's no real. He can be an okay wide receiver too, but I don't even think he's that much of that anyway. He couldn't do a whole lot when he was with Kansas City.
That's not true. He was balling.
Maybe one game. I don't think he was mostly he was. Dude, do you remember the Super Bowl? Do you remember watching the Super Bowl?
Yeah, in the Super Bowl, they couldn't get anything going.
He was wide open in his breadbasket. Drops a touchdown. He had it. He could have gone all the way. And
he had 41 catches for 400 yards this year. But for the playing time, I would say that's good. He wasn't on the field a lot.
This is what Baltimore does, though. Baltimore loves getting a receiver that's well past his prime, trying to get him to fit as a wide receiver 2 or 3, and then they just ain't it. They did it with Des Bryant. They did it with Odell Beckham Jr. Now they're doing it with DeAndre Hopkins. It's
Didn't they do it successfully with Torrey Smith?
Yeah, but Torrey Smith was still
good. Whoa!
Torrey Smith was still good. Torrey Smith
That's a freaking call.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Kid knows. Kid knows ball.
Smith. Whoa. Does he though? Because wasn't Torrey Smith drafted by the Ravens? That's different. Torrey Smith was drafted.
I don't know.
Was he? Oh, no, yeah, I thought that he was brought there from the Titans or something.
I think Torrey was drafted by Baltimore. I think you're thinking Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, Anquan Bolden. Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah, but
dude, he was insane.
Anquan was built different, man. If I had to pick a receiver all time, I'm taking Anquan Bolden over DeAndre Hopkins.
Honestly, Anquan Bolden was handing the torch to Kelvin Benjamin, and then Kelvin Benjamin decided he didn't want it.
Wow, he was popping off in Arizona before he went to Baltimore.
Yeah, dude. And then he was even solid with San Fran after that.
He was really solid with San Fran, 2,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, dude. And that's in
Torrey Smith? Anquan Bolden? Anquan Bolden, man. I loved his time on the Cardinals. He was a GOAT.
He had some pretty good years on the Cardinals.
His first game was a 200-yard receiving game as a rookie.
Insane. Marvin Harrison Jr.
He didn't have what? His first game wasn't. He made a 2-catch game. Yeah, you dude.
One for a touchdown.
My second game. His first one was so forgettable that
No, I remember that
Yeah, when he
first
had,
game.
like, two-
it was basically his
Oh,
first game. Yeah, you remember his first game because he was on your fantasy team.
Yeah,
Also,
dude. Oh my
speaking
God.
of fantasy
He
football, since
doesn't-
people keep
doesn't-
bringing it up, this
No, what
is
do you mean?
crazy.
People.
Everybody's like, Taff,
What do you
talking about
mean?
your fantasy football team. Taff, talking about your fantasy football team. Dude, oh my God, getting Terry McLaurin in like the 4th round of the fantasy draft this year, and then getting Chase Brown in like the 9th round. Dude, I don't
nah.
care if I win the fantasy league next year. This was my best team ever.
Oh shoot.
Dude, didn't you go to the finals?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't go to the finals. He got.
I lost in a championship. Oh, I lost in a championship. And no, sorry, I lost in the conference championship, whatever you want to call it.
Wait,
And I outscored both teams in the final by like 60. For like the last 7 weeks of the season, like after the Bijan trade, I was freaking unstoppable.
You were.
I put up like over 150 points a week for like 7 of the last 8 weeks.
I'm tired of falling short, man. I gotta have a huge year.
Yeah, I you do.
Yo, is that better? Hold on. I got Robin.
Oh, yeah, Robin.
I got Robin in the
turn up
chat.
Phil's
Yeah.
volume.
What up, Robin?
Robin in the chat.
Woo! Is that better?
Robin in the chat.
I moved my mic closer and then I turned it up by like 50%. So hopefully that's better. But I have no idea.
To me, it sounds kind of like Diamond could be turned up, but that actually wait, no, that's a me thing because I have the stream, I have the public stream muted, and I'm listening to it from my.
Dude, they gotta keep the free agency updates rolling in here. I mean, I've got my thing up like a stock market here. I'm ready for a crash and burn. I want big news.
I'm waiting for that Aaron Rodgers news to the Steelers
Phil,
to drop.
what should I know about James Daniels?
He's good actually. It's just he was hurt. Like he was actually a good guard. He just got hurt this year.
That's what I've heard. That's okay. Yeah. Good.
So it was like, man, if he didn't get hurt though, our offensive line wouldn't have sucked as much. Like it would have been. We got some rookies though that played well. You got Mason McCormick and Ryan Frazier. We got some good linemen for the future. We're excited about it. You know, nothing too big.
Yo, shout out to Syracuse. Riley Dixon just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 2 years, $6 million.
Hell yeah.
Riley Dixon.
Going to Tampa.
Shout out to the
Parkway
local Barbershop.
What a beast. And then, hold on. Here's the real thing that I'm interested in. There's this guy.
Johnny Hecker to Tennessee.
Yeah, he's my favorite. But my second favorite, this Ohio State quarterback, going to the New York Jets. That's Mr. Justin Fields. What's that reaction? Daff, are you excited?
I mean, I'm a big fan of it. You know, with what happened a year ago, I don't think there's a way to not be happy with anything that's happening. Anything is better than the previous season. Very excited about the duo of Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson reuniting.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
and just usher in an entire new era. Make the new team as different as possible, excluding the 3 of Sauce, Brees, and Garrett. Say what you will about Sauce Gardner. I think that nobody on the team's heart was in it by like week 7 this year. So, you know, Sauce seems like an emotional guy. I feel like given what was happening, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop trying. So when this is finally, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. Also, he's got the tutelage of Tyrod Taylor.
The tutelage.
That's a good word. But the freaking one thing I'm kind of concerned about is our offensive line. Like, what do the Jets do? 7th overall pick.
Bring Mekhi Becton back.
Yeah.
I think you
After
guys gotta go
leading
Will.
the Eagles to a Super Bowl, Mekhi Becton is returning to the
Gotta be
Jets.
in that regard.
You guys should go for Will Campbell.
Honestly, I know nothing about the upcoming draft class. Who's Will Campbell?
LSU
OT,
tackle.
LSU.
OT from LSU. We
He says
just
no.
drafted Fashanu.
It's all right. Other side, maybe. Depending on what your line's looking like.
Potentially. Also, maybe, I mean, one thing I'm excited to do, I'm excited to see, like I saw this meme yesterday, and it was like Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, the pairing of Metcalf and Pickens, and then Rodgers throw the ball to him. Who's stopping this duo? And then somebody commented, "Bro, a blitz." Like, I am so excited to not have Aaron Rodgers be the starting quarterback, because literally it didn't matter how good your defense was, just send one more guy than the offensive line, than the amount of people that we had blocking, and Aaron Rodgers was going to freaking crumble. Literally, not even metaphorically.
Yeah.
Like, it was. I'm very excited. We got one good game this past season, and it was against, I think, the Patriots. And we lost the other one. Like, our offense lived up to expectations in like week 2, and that was it. So yeah, it's gonna be so refreshing to see a quarterback that can just move. Justin Fields looked good for the Steelers a year ago.
I could see you guys also taking Keturora McMillan, receiver out of Arizona.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Well, I think
Honestly,
the
that's
idea of signing Fields removes the quarterback out of the drafting a young quarterback, because you would be committed.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe a little Malachi Starks action out of Georgia.
Who's Malachi Starks? What does he do?
Safety.
A safety? Okay. Yeah,
He's
I
a
mean,
dog.
honestly, the Jets, they can, as long as it's not a quarterback, they can kind of draft whoever they want. I mean, we have,
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it
I
was
can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but Bryce, the corner, Bryce Reed?
Bryce.
Phil, you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, draft or like free agents?
No, a person that is on
Bryce
the
Mitchell?
Jets.
Oh,
No.
Bryce Hall.
Bryce Hall.
Bryce
I don't know
Hall.
why I thought his last name was Reed. I got the amount of
'Cause
letters
it's the
right.
other one.
DJ.
That's the other corner.
DJ.
That's the other corner.
Oh yeah, DJ Reed.
He
DJ
just
Reed.
went to Detroit.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. Gosh, that
mean,
great New York defense. The New York Sack
Look.
Exchange just it's falling.
Now
apart.
they're totally screwed.
The New York Sack
Totally
Exchange
do.
doesn't exist because we won't get rid of that freaking turf, man.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all. I don't get why the NFL still keeps the turf at all. Like it's.
They should make it against the rules, literally, because it is genuinely a danger to people that play on that turf.
Ban it. Ban it.
Ban it.
Ban it.
Real.
Ban it.
Freaking well, oh yeah. So I'd be a fan of the safety pick. The guy out of Georgia. I mean, he went to Georgia, so I'm sure
it's
he's
pretty
a dog.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, literally. I also you said a wide receiver out of LSU, right?
The tackles out of LSU, the receiver out of Arizona.
Okay. Honestly, LSU is wide receiver U, so just if there's a good wide receiver out of LSU available at 7, take him. Because
This year, not so much.
Doubt it.
Mm.
I
More Arizona, obviously Colorado being Hunter.
Just take McMillan.
Missouri, Luther Burden.
What's Travis Hunter's draft stock looking like?
Like
You're not getting
top
him.
2, top 3.
He's going number 2 overall for
2 or
a
3
reason.
probably.
Number 1.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not a hater, but like I
I don't
thought
think he's
Colorado
as good
felt
as people-
really gimmicky. Like
Yeah, I don't think he's as good as people say he is. In the most respectful way possible.
I mean, he's definitely. I would say he's definitely going to be a solid NFL player for years. Because if you can play both sides of the ball consistently without getting hurt or tired, that's insane. You're a freak athlete.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have to see it to believe it. For whatever reason, I thought Travis Hunter, people might have him going at like, I don't know, lower than 2, I guess.
He did just, I mean, to be doing what he was doing at both wide receiver and corner. And that's the other thing, too, is what he's going to play. He keeps saying he wants to do both. No.
I don't think an NFL staff will let him.
I think if
I don't think his
anybody,
body will let him.
I would probably say if I wanted
He'd
one,
prefer to play corner.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather have him as a receiver. Personally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's all situational. It depends on the team. I guess if I'm the Jets, I want him to do both. But
See, exactly. Somebody will make him do both.
didn't somebody? Oh, it was the quarterback that's really good before we picked up Fields, who said, "Yeah, I want to be a part of the Jets organization." Honestly, draft him. It's a rare quality.
Cam Ward?
Yeah, Cam Ward.
Very rare someone wants to go to the Jets at all.
Yeah, I don't think he was speaking correctly there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to the Jets. Why would I want to
He
go?
was speaking correctly and
Why would you want to play in
directly.
East Rutherford, New Jersey?
Yeah, you're not even playing in New York.
I mean, Philly's right down the road. You can live in Philly and
He'll
play
just
for the
go to
Jets.
Philly.
Why would you
Great
go to-
town, great food. Philly's my second team. They honestly tied for first. So if he comes to Philly, and I want him on the Jets, but
Second team. Guy is my second team.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl.
yeah, man.
My second team.
Boom! Dude,
No.
y'all are just jealous.
It's not jealousy. It's just you being loose.
Well, I've been an
suck.
Eagles fan my whole life.
Nuh-uh.
Weenie.
They say, "Oh, Taff, how do you root for the Eagles for so long?
I mean,
Even
you
when
went
they were
Jets
bad
to the Eagles.
15 years ago."
But you never did.
Go for the Jets to the Eagles, Sinus.
My gosh, yeah. Dude couldn't take it, man. He needed
It's a little.
It's like it's kind of like, I guess one way to put it is like when Hassan Reddick went from the Eagles to the Jets, it was kind of like moving money from one bank account to another. You know, I like both of them, but I feel like sometimes, you know, there are bad decisions that are made, you know.
No, man.
Ridiculous. Next topic now.
Ridiculous. Move off this guy. Dude.
Let's talk about have we really fully touched on the Commanders, because
We
the
kind of did.
what do we think about the Laramie Tunsil pickup, man?
How much did they give
I
up for
didn't-
that? Because I was thinking there was a chance that it was an overpay, but I might be wrong.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up a trade tracker.
Yeah, see how much
Yeah, I
they
just
gave
clicked
up.
on it.
Because there's a chance that that's a reasonable deal, and they gave up like stuff that makes sense. But if they
Whoa.
I said
Holy
trade.
crap.
I said trade tracker.
The Commanders fleeced them, dude. Oh my gosh. The Texans are giving up Tunsil and a 2025 fourth round pick. And a 2025 fourth round pick. The Texans are. In exchange for a third round pick, a seventh round pick, and a 2026. Oh, this is where it gets. And a 2026 second round pick. So the Commanders gave up a third
Laramie
round pick and a
Tunsil-
seventh round
How
pick
much-
this year and a
how much-
second round pick next year.
How much is left on Tunsil's deal? Because if it's 1 year, then I don't know. That might be. I
He
guess,
has-
I guess
2 more years and $42.6 million remaining on his contract.
Okay,
Yeah, so he gets paid.
That's mostly a
He
fair
gets
trade.
paid.
I think that's mostly fair.
He's 30 as well, so I mean, not that that's old for a lineman, but
Yeah, but
he's
I think
definitely getting older.
They can be good till they're like 38.
38, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Depends
like,
on
there's
how
no way
much
to know.
weed he's smoking.
It depends on how much he's hitting the ball.
Well, there's no way to know anything. What if
I know, but like,
what if
hold on,
what if
hold on,
Laramie
hold on.
Tunzel fell on your head right now?
No, but like,
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
know, like you're okay. Let me ask you this: like, if you have him for 2 years, are you really gonna like? He's 32. Is there a guarantee that you give him a new contract after that? Like,
I don't
Maybe
know.
in
You'll have
1
to see
year.
how he does for the next
Maybe
2
get a
years.
little- get a
I think
little
right
frisky,
now,
give him a
based on
1
how he
year.
performed. Wait, what were you saying, Diamond?
Said maybe I'll give him a little. We'll get a little frisky. Give him a 1 year extension.
yeah,
Mhm.
like I don't expect him to last like Jason Peters' age and play into his like 39.
JP.
Dude, Jason Peters played
I
till like he
mean-
was 41. Like, it's just, I don't know. Not
How old
everybody's
was-
supposed to play that long.
How old was
I mean,
Jason Kelsey when he retired? He was like 39, right? 40?
34.
38ish, close to 36.
30. If he was 34, that is
He's 30. He's 37, so like 36.
So 36.
Oh, okay. Damn, that is kind of young.
Well, yeah, but you're not playing until your 40s. Like, you will have a point where you're like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that's why DeAndre Hopkins only got signed to a 1-year deal. It's because he's 32 now. I think he's gonna be 33 come the start of the season. It's like, you're not paying
Dude.
3 years for any amount, frankly.
The Seahawks signed Sam Darnold and nobody said anything?
You didn't know that?
You didn't know
No.
that? No, yeah. Sam went to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
It's on the template. Like, it's Sam, and behind him is a Seahawk logo.
Oh,
I didn't even realize. What's that dolphin logo? Oh, Zach Wilson.
It's Zach Wilson, dude.
I thought it was something cool.
That is.
what do you mean? That is something cool. That's,
Sell the
that's probably
freaking
the
house.
coolest thing on this
You're right. My bad.
thumbnail.
I'll get James Daniels next time. Next time I'll get.
Put a garbage can.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
Replace
good.
the logo with a garbage can.
Oh wow, dude.
He's talking about the logo.
Crazy. I don't know if you'd be talking trash as it's garbage. Dolphins were better than the Jets last year by a good amount.
Yeah, but
I
we're
mean-
freaking losing it, man.
None of these teams got a playoff win, so maybe we can put a garbage can for all of them.
Yeah, just a whole dumpster fire.
I mean,
mean,
we let Devon
technically-
Holland go.
No.
I think
there's
we've
not
completely
technically-
lost the locker room.
There's
Technically, I think the Jets are in the best position to win in 2026 out of all 4 teams in this
Gosh.
thumbnail.
Here we go.
Here he
Because-
goes. Here he goes. Based on what?
Freaking the
sorry.
Jets. The
Based
Jets
on
picked
what?
up a
Okay.
young.
If you must ask, allow me to demonstrate. So,
Break it down.
as Gale would say, Gale says that in Baldur's Gate 3. Allow me to demonstrate. But so basically, none of these teams got a playoff win.
Yes.
Who has the highest draft pick? The Jets.
The Jets, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Who has probably the most excitement to play football this year? I
The
would
Miami
say
Dolphins.
Jets players.
What?
The Dolphins are tired.
How does
The
that-
Dolphins, like there's something inside the Dolphins organization, I think, that is screaming clean house,
That's not a
and
measurable
they just
statistic.
haven't done it.
It's not a measurable
They
thing.
haven't fully committed. To
I think it's not as
whatever
much
they're
cleaning house
doing.
of the
They're-
players. I think it's cleaning house of the staff.
I think the Dolphins are just still trying to commit to something that definitely doesn't work.
I think
Like-
McDaniels might have to go.
That is very sad because I like Mike McDaniel's swagger.
I think he's lost the locker room.
Yeah. Ever since he adopted the Miami look, like go back to looking like a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Bring that vibe back.
Miami
He
swallowed
started
him
acting like he was too cool for school.
Yep. Said it wasn't cold enough. Yeah, Mike?
up.
Wasn't cold enough.
Wasn't
Philly. It's football.
You come to Philly, Mike McDaniel.
Philly.
I'll take him in Pittsburgh. I'll take him as an offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying.
I
dude.
was
If you wanna
thinking he
just
could do
drop
that for
back down-
Philly.
If he wants to just drop back down to coordinator, that's cool.
Stay. Go where you belong. Go back to college.
Honestly,
days.
yeah. Honestly, fire him, bump up Weaver from DC, and I think we win Super Bowls.
Win the Super Bowl off of those two moves alone? I don't know,
Probably,
man.
probably 3 in a row.
Speaking of the Dolphins, where's Tyreek Hill going?
Miami.
Still there.
What? I swear to God, after
He,
his
came-
last loss, he was like, "I'm out of here," with like the
He did,
most
but, he
solemn
came-
look on his face.
He came back out and said he recanted all of it basically. But I don't like that. I don't know. It's hard to be like, oh yeah, just come back. Just come back, Tyreek. We'll have you. No, he wanted to. You gave up. You wanted to leave. You can.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, respectfully, go somewhere else, then, dude. As much as I like him.
Yeah, I would feel the same way if you were on my team. Also, after the season he just had, it's not like you can trade him and get Tyreek Hill value. So it's
He's getting. He's getting up there too, man.
Good.
He's 31. I think 30 or
You could still get
31.
value though. I don't think you get nothing. I think you could, especially for teams that always have either bad receivers or just are bad at acquiring receivers. Titans would eat them up. Tennessee loves watched receivers. Tennessee would love.
Yeah. Bring in Tyreek Hill so he can go back to the Chiefs after being kind of mediocre on the Titans for a bit.
And what he'll just be.
He'll have the DeAndre Hopkins arc.
Right. Because that's an arc everyone wants.
I'd be prepared for it. Yep.
Oh, speaking of Titans receivers, the Dolphins did bring in Nick Westbrook-Ikine. I'm sensing a new duo in the 305.
I think that's huge.
That's a very good get.
I'm thinking Jarvis Landry type numbers here.
He's more of a touchdown guy though. He's not really a receptions guy. He's
yeah, no, for real. I was looking at his stats. He had 40 catches or something. So yeah, he was more.
He was pretty solid.
Whenever he was going off at the end. Yeah, dude, he was going off at the end of the year.
I remember when I would be watching Titans games, he would be kind of cooking. And I'm seeing a trending custom jersey, a trending custom Miami Dolphins jersey, Wilson Ikine. I just see them running the city.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Week 12.
At this point, I'll take anything.
This is such a weird Zach Wilson obsession, dude. Are you one of the moms that he got with? Is that what happened?
Look, dude, he's just got the vibes. I want this guy to succeed so badly because I believe that he is worth more than what the NFL has offered to him so far. I see there being a home for Zach Wilson. He just hasn't found one yet. It's kind of similar to a Baker Mayfield arc.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield actually had consistent college success. Zach Wilson had 1 year at BYU.
Why are you bringing up college?
Because I'm bringing up a point as
to
why
big
he
leagues.
Went okay, fine. Let's bring up the big leagues. What is he doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Big league level. Even Baker had success in Cleveland. Zach didn't have success in New York.
Okay, did Zach have a different quarterbacks coach every year? Or did Baker, I guess, is a question?
Baker Mayfield had to change teams 4 times in 1 season.
Yeah, okay, that is much different from changing a team once for 4 years. If you change a team 4 times in 1 season, who cares?
In 1 season.
Not
one
I
time
know.
every 4 years.
I know. What I'm saying is 4 times in one season is not the flex you think it is, man.
What? Dude was so supposed to be done. People had Baker losing the quarterback job in Tampa to Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
And yet he won it in Tampa and has had 2 incredible seasons. Meanwhile, Zach Wilson
Yeah, so
gets
I don't
traded.
understand okay.
Zach Wilson gets traded from the Jets, who, by the way, he was still bad on for 3 years. Baker had success in Cleveland, which is also a dysfunctional and bad organization. Then when Zach got traded to Denver to learn how to play quarterback under a good offensive head coach in Sean Payton, who showed what he could do with a young guy in Bo Nix, Zach Wilson could not even win the backup job. And now he is in Miami with another opportunity with a head coach who does have success as an offensive coordinator and how to coach an offense. If he can't find success here, cooked.
That's do or die. And that's why I'm rooting for him so hard,
But
man.
it's like there's nothing there. There ain't. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I agree to disagree.
There's nothing. There's just nothing.
I just want to say shout out to Temple University.
Sponsor.
Big big kicker coming out of Temple University in next year's draft. Dante an absolute dog. Also Jackson Pruitt, edge rusher.
Oh, wow, dude. Gonna be a Steeler.
Jackson Pruitt is a dog.
Jackson Prudence.
Gonna be a dog. He's gonna rush the ball
Right.
alongside DJ Watt. He's gonna be incredible.
Let me throw this thing on. I feel like this will layer very nicely.
Will it? Will it?
There he goes, boys. There he goes, boys.
There he goes with his little
Oh,
pimples.
man, this thing is kind of tight.
Tight,
Tight, tight, tight.
tight, tight, tight.
Tighten up.
Oh,
What?
blue, yellow,
Tight.
pink. Oh, yeah. Remember with the Showmars shirt? Oh, God, that's so tight.
This was
Yeah, show Moss, represent, man.
Yeah, man. Like Hito Turkaloo. I remember when
What a reference.
I remember when I was a kid. My first, huge fandom other than Mississippi State was LeBron James on the Cavaliers, and they had a very hard-fought season against the Dwight Howard, Hito Turkaloo led Orlando Magic, and I remember in I think Game 6 of whatever round it was in the Eastern Conference playoffs. I bet it was the conference championship. Hito Turkaloo hit a dagger 3 to end the series, and then he did one of these, and I started crying everywhere. It was the first time I'd ever seen somebody do that. It was scarring.
I've had hate for Turkaloo since that
I
day.
did hate Turkaloo.
not a
Look.
fan of
Don't understand.
Yeah, Siri, we hate Turkaloo.
I don't understand. You hate Turkaloo?
Did you not hate Turkaloo, Siri? What do you mean?
What do you mean, brother?
I'm gonna listen, man. You know what's sadly not gonna work?
What?
Sam Darnold in Seattle. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not. Gonna
He's
work.
getting his bread, though. He's getting his money.
I do like that he is getting his money.
Yeah, well deserved.
That being said, it will not work out long term, or even it might not work out short term. It might not work at all because they just
Dude, how about... All right, wait. Were you gonna finish your thought? Because I was about to take it to something else.
It's just why trade DK Metcalf and cut Tyler Lockett, and now like you gotta go receiver in the draft.
And then,
but
yeah.
you think Sam's gonna be better off without DK as a wide receiver? Just that's
Yeah, I didn't understand trading DK and then getting Darnold to sign because, like, I heard there was going to be some hesitation of moving DK
Yeah.
if like they got Darnold.
Yeah, and getting rid of Lockett and DK, and then bringing in
Lockett's
a
one of
$100
those
million
ones-
quarterback is just
Lockett's one of those
weird.
ones where like
Yeah, Lockett's been there a while.
you hate to see him go, but it might be time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
10 years.
Lockett's
'Cause they
definitely
got-
getting old.
Because they got Bobo.
Jake
and,
Bobo. Jake
stud.
Bobo. Stud.
Bobo.
And obviously they want to make JSN the number one receiver or two if they were to bring in anybody else. But right now it seems like
Gotta be
two.
the one, I think. I think he's gonna be the one, to be honest, JSN, and then they'll find another 2 receiver, probably in the draft.
Yeah.
Or it's
Dude,
Bobo.
Bobo could be an animal. Also, freaking Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker is slept on, man.
Super slept on.
I'm a big Kenneth Walker guy.
I think he's a little overrated.
Wow.
Gotta be honest. You know?
Eh.
Gotta be honest. Kind of like he's like the Brees Hall of the NFC. Just think he's a little overrated.
Oh my god, Brees Hall has one bad season, and all of a sudden
worse
he's
each
the
year.
most overrated. No, he hasn't.
Statistically, he's been worse each year.
Yeah, what? He rushed for like 0.1 less yards
He had
and
5 yards per
in
carry,
his
went down to
second
4.5,
year
went down
compared to his
4.2.
first.
He has statistically gotten worse over the last 3 years. And there
Don't care, he's still my guy. He's going to do better. He's going
There
to...
are 10 running backs in the league better than him.
Okay. Yeah, last year,
Yeah, but
sure.
people had him as like the number 2. Like the expectation for Brees Hall.
Yes, because the
was
2024 Jets had more hype surrounding them than arguably any other football team in our lives. Like, come on.
I don't
Like,
understand how there was hype at
people
all.
were all right. That was an overstatement, but people were drinking the Kool-Aid, man. Like,
That's crazy.
They were drinking the Kool-Aid.
But I feel like it was just you
Like-
could like okay. Do you remember? Taff, speaking of Kool-Aid, do you remember Bravo 2?
yeah.
Bravo 2 is that Kool-Aid. You knew, like I could look at that Kool-Aid. And
What do you mean
"That's
you
not-"
knew?
No, remember when
This was the present moment a year ago. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking when I even said going into the year that they were not gonna have a winning record. I said that going in.
You
And
did not say that.
Yes,
You
I
did
did.
not say that.
Yes, I
You
did.
said they were a fringe playoff team.
But I said they'd have a losing record.
That's not that's not how that
what-
works. You
that's
can't be a
Yes, you
can't be a
You can
fringe
be-
playoff
you
team and
can-
have a losing record.
I just said
Like-
they could be a fringe playoff team, but they're gonna have a losing record. Like they're based on what I think is gonna happen in the season.
Dude, no,
You
you're
can
just
say both
you're
things. I don't
broadening.
That's
You're
not
broadening
that's
what
not
you
broadening.
said so
That's
much.
not broadening. That's
What you
not
said
broadening.
What you said was the Jets are most likely going to make the playoffs and
That's
not get a
what
playoff
I
win.
said, dude. Oh
That is what you said. And you didn't
No,
say
it's
like
not.
and to me, maybe we have two different definitions of fringe playoff team. You said they're a fringe playoff team. To me, that means they're like the 7 seed, you know, and they lose in the first round. Whatever.
I said that's what the expectation should have been for the Jets. The expectation for the Jets, for some reason, was Super Bowl. People were thinking Super Bowl. USA Today's predictions was Jets over Packers in the Super Bowl. And this was a constant thing across a lot of media. At best, they were a fringe playoff team who were going to lose a playoff game. And I said it's probably even worse than that.
It would have been different if Aaron Rodgers never tore his Achilles.
I disagree on that too. But you know what? That's a different conversation. The point is that this team was absurdly overhyped when they were not that good to begin with.
Okay, Brees Hall is still awesome.
Whatever, man. Not top 10 in my book.
Yeah, last year he was not a top 10 running back.
Still not
Everybody
top
on the
10 going
Jets sucked.
This year. Into this year, still same thing.
Well, yes, because no football has been played, but let free agency, let the dust settle from free agency, let the teams draft who they're going to draft, let the players recuperate mentally, I mean, come on. Nobody on the Jets played well. Not a single person on the Jets played well. Had a good season a year ago, and I think they're the only team in the league that can say that.
Nah, I don't think so. There's some players that had good years.
Who? Freaking
Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson. What?
Yeah, he had double-digit sacks. That's a good year.
Okay, freaking Jermaine Johnson. Whatever.
You said nobody.
Who
You said
on
no,
the?
You said no one. So.
All right. One player on the defense who basically has
Williams.
no tie to. Quinnen Williams was like not that good a year ago. He had a down year.
Sure. Look, man. I'm just saying. They were gonna be bad.
Okay, congrats. Let's all give Philip White his flowers. This
you.
guru over here.
Gosh,
He said the
about
Jets were gonna be
time.
bad for. He's like, I'm
That's
so
all you had
based
to do.
and
That's all you
awesome.
had to do.
I think the
That's
Jets
all you had
are
to
actually
do.
gonna be
That's
bad
all
for
you
the
had to
12th
do.
year
That's
in a row.
all you had to do.
Oh,
That's all you had to do.
wow! How'd you come up with that?
That's all you had to do. All right, you didn't need all that extra stuff. That's all you had to do. There you go. See?
Oh my god. I still think Breece Hall is gonna be good coming into this year. You can say, yeah, oh man, Bucky Irving had a better season rushing wise than Breece Hall and puff your chest out, but dude, he had one season that was objectively better than Breece Hall when Breece Hall was in a locker room that was basically the equivalent of a burnt down house. Come on.
Okay.
We can have a genuine Bucky Irving Breece Hall argument maybe like by week 8 of next season. But I think you can't really put a ton of stock into anybody on the Jets' career as a whole based on last season. It was so bad with the front office catering to a guy who was throwing teammates under the bus and all of this other stuff.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
How is that crazy? I don't think.
To say
Wait, go on.
To say that 1 year doesn't have an impact on that individual's career is bogus. Because by that logic, okay, let's talk. You can talk a lot of players who have been in bad situations but still been able to produce. Like, it's not like it's impossible to do that. It's just not.
Have we seen a worse situation than the Jets?
Have you seen the Cleveland
organization
Browns
a year ago?
50% of their existence.
Yeah, they're consistently bad,
They're
but it's not like they have this. Yeah, but it's not like they have a freaking reality show without the cameras going on all the time. That's what the Jets were a year ago, man. They had all the freaking
Aaron
lights.
Rodgers is gone. They got him.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's a huge that's going to be a big step for them.
But that also was an ownership issue. Commanders had shitty ownership. The Browns have had shitty ownership for years. Like, there have been historically bad seasons. There's not just that one. And even in those bad seasons, there were players who had good years. Like, it's not impossible.
Man, I want football to start next week now. So I
Dude, me too. At least we got the draft. At least we got the draft in about a month.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I need the Jets to do good now. I need Breece Hall. I'm counting on Breece Hall in a big way.
Yeah.
Just want to say big news. Carolina Panthers re-signed Tommy Tremble.
It's you two.
Let's go. Tommy
the
Tremble,
GOAT.
baby.
But genuinely though, they bring back JC Horn, which is awesome.
What everybody else think of that contract?
4 years, $100 million. I like it. He's a beast.
He's a good.
I need a haircut so bad.
Yeah, dude, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah, my hair is shaggy.
What do you do? Wait, hold on. That means you gotta find a barber. Have you found a barber out there in Philly?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to find the barber, because once you find a barber, man, that's your barber.
That's true. That's what I'm afraid of.
That's true. If you get a barber and then that barber's haircut is bad, you're stuck with it, and then you have to go back
Yeah,
again.
legally.
It's,
He's
back
legally
again.
obligated
Yeah,
to cut your hair.
you're not allowed to go to anyone else. It's like a contract. It's the same thing. It's like
Yeah, it is a contract, like 91 Dan Marino.
Exactly.
Like honestly, my hairline is so goofed up that I kind of one thing I wanted, like I can't afford to like, you know, like when I was living in Charlotte, I would go to that barber shop that Wallace was cutting hair at, and I would, for whatever reason, I think it was just because I didn't want to be in the barber shop for like 2 hours. I would always just take the first open barber, and it was like rolling the dice, man.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes I would come back with the most garbage haircut ever, and other times I'd be like, "Oh." And just like I think what I'm gonna do, it's just kind of expensive though, so I don't know. I might just go to like this unisex hairstylist in South Philly. The only problem is I would need to like go to the other side of the city, and Philly really is only like 2.5 miles long, so I can just walk there, but like. But like I know that like they would like look at my head shape and be like, yeah, this is gonna look good because of this, and then boom.
Exactly,
Right, no, for sure.
So that might be worth it. That might be worth it. I might do that.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. I am famished.
You're famished? Dude, I had some quesadilla tacos earlier. Oh.
Quesadilla?
Yep.
Wow.
It's really just a case of beer.
I should hit up the tortilleria.
Case of beer, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I heard quesadilla, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Excuse it?
And he said tacos. I was like, "Oh, okay."
That is kind of funny. I don't know how I never noticed that, but yeah, it's a real thing. It's awesome.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like they give you these tacos, and I don't really know. There's something different about them. I think the tortillas are like, they aren't like deep fried or anything crazy, but the tortillas are like extra toasty and they're like crispy.
Nice little crispify. Yeah.
Oh, I guess the main difference maker is they will, like, the insides of the taco, you know, the meat, the cheese, the whatever else, the peppers, the onions, the cilantro. Oh man, what percentage is my laptop at? Oh, never mind. We chilling. They cook them in a pan, so it's all melty, and like the cheese is all melty and stuff. Put it in the taco, so it's already all melty and stuff. Onions all floppy, but still got a little bit of crispness to them. They give you a little spicy pepper.
Delectable.
Oh, they put some cilantro in there too. You get a little herbal crisperization. Fantastic. Nice. So they give you 3 of those, and they give you this like dip. It's like herbal or something.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous.
I love my herbal dip, man.
Like, I don't know. It's like a very thin, and there's like a bunch of different herbs and spices just floating around in it, and it is awesome.
Awesome.
It was fantastic. I thought I was gonna fall asleep. Like I looked at it and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna make me fall asleep after I eat it." But didn't even take a nap. Ate the tacos. Got my work done. Went to the rally house. Got this handy dandy temple thing. And well, now I'm here. Maybe I owe it to the quesadilla tacos. Shout out to quesadilla tacos.
Yeah, shout out.
Queso who?
Quesadilla, yeah.
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 Hold on. I need.
Diamond, your
It's just
camera
that. It's
is.
been that. It's been the face.
Oh, it just unstuck itself. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
amazing.
great.
No, it's because I was holding my phone like this, texting, so I was like,
What was
Oh, the Panthers signed a cornerback named Michael Jackson, 2 years, $14.5 million. Did you guys hear about this?
yeah.
A
No, I did not hear about that one.
You've been hit by. You've been struck by a
smooth
criminal.
cornerback.
Smooth criminal.
Dude,
Yo.
I can't believe Josh Allen, 250 million guaranteed.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's a great signing here.
Kind of.
Indeed.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's good that the Bills got themselves a quarterback long term. You know, makes sense. Makes sense. Logically.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
I
probably
think like
intrigued.
throw back to when Diamond was asking who the best signing was. This is kind of a very vanilla take. Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the best signing.
Well, yeah, but
He's
they extended him. It wasn't really like they
yeah.
signed him.
Like when you have the best player, I stand on this. When you have the best player in the NFL, you gotta pay him best player in the
You gotta
NFL
pay him.
money.
You gotta
Yeah.
pay him.
Well, okay, fine. Then the best addition instead of signing. 'Cause, you know, are you still gonna say Josh Allen? Josh Allen. They add him. They add him back. He's great.
He's so good.
He's
I mean,
so
he just
good,
screams Buffalo.
Screams Buffalo as big
One
Buffalo.
that's not being
energy.
talked about, I feel like, is Jonathan Allen to the Vikings.
That was a that. Oh yeah, he got
Ooh.
cut. That's not a bad. That's not a bad ad. That's not a bad.
For some reason, he's not ranked very
Like,
high.
I don't know. It feels. Is it crazy to me, or is just the free agency class not like?
I think I
wild
do
compared
think the
to
free
others?
agency class is a little weak.
Really?
This
I
year.
thought the free agency class has been wild so far.
It's definitely been wild,
I mean,
but I definitely
wild,
think
but in
it's
terms of
weaker
strength of
compared to
class.
like overall years.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
And
like,
it-
big fish.
Yeah, I mean an underrated move that the Bears made.
Mm.
You know, I rock with the Bears to an extent. You know, I want to see them do
Jeez.
good. Trading for Joe Thuney.
That team is going to be a playoff.
That
team
was a
next
big
year.
one. That was a big one.
Well, you think the Bears are a playoff team now?
That will be a playoff team next year. I still need to see the draft, but everything that they are doing, like their entire interior of their offensive line is completely new, and it'll take like maybe like a few in-game like in-season weeks for them to get going. But now that Caleb Williams is finally going to have protection, and Ben Johnson's going to actually know how to utilize DJ Moore as a deep ball receiver instead of just a guy that they're going to use underneath every single play, it bothered me. It bothered me watching that Bears offense because they did not know what they were doing with DJ Moore. And I like DJ Moore. There were a stat of the top like 35 leaders in receiving yards. His yards per catch, the only guy lower was Travis Kelce. And we know what he was catching all season long. So that was embarrassing. As a deep ball receiver, they're gonna be throwing him some shots. They're gonna utilize Roma Dunze better. They're gonna have Cole Kmet. Caleb Williams is gonna take a step. I think and I also think logically, I think the Vikings pull back a little bit next year too, just because to ask them to go 14-3 again is ridiculous and probably not gonna happen.
Oh, for sure.
I think,
Especially with a rookie quarterback at the helm.
Yeah, he'll be the equivalent of a rookie. Yeah. Well, I mean, because McCarthy didn't play last year, and then with like the Packers, unless they add like another receiver, I think that's their ceiling is like 10, 11 wins.
Wait, before we move on, I want to just look at all of the Bears signings have been great.
Line wise, especially, they got Drew Dahlman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Drew
Dahlman,
Dahlman, Grady Jarrett.
There's another lineman too.
Dio Odeyingbo, he's an edge rusher.
Dio Odeyingbo.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
He's
Well, you have Robert Tanyan. That they brought in Robert Tanyan. I don't know why, but that name just reminds me of he seems like a good blocking guy. Robert Tanyan. He sounds like an NFL player from the '60s.
No, he is actually. He wasn't for the Bears, but he played for West team, the old 49ers.
Are you messing with me right now? There was another Robert Tanyan that played in the NFL in the '60s.
Yeah, totally.
Kidding. He's
He goes, yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you know. I don't know. It wasn't as elaborate, you know. It was fun. It's fun what WAF did.
What Robert Tanyan's career in the '60s?
Yeah, Robert Tanyan's 60s career. It lasted all of 5 seconds.
We had Christian Kirk.
Bum.
Excuse me. Christian Kirk getting traded to the Jaguars for a 2026 7th round pick. I think that's a great pickup for the Texans. A whole lot of bang for the buck. It's kind of disrespectful to Christian Kirk.
They also traded for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, yeah. No, none of the... Can I be honest? He annoys me.
Whoa, yeah. Wait, they picked up C.J. Gardner-Johnson? What the heck? Why did we get rid of him, man?
Belt
Is
to ass.
it we already now? Is it we already?
Dude, you were asking me that like 2 months ago.
Yeah, bro.
It's we already.
We're going to have a whole nother conversation on this because this can't happen in the community.
Yeah,
this just can't be a thing.
I'm a hybrid, man.
You will be exiled.
No hybrid.
Represent.
And hybrid.
I'm in the thick of it, man.
Temple's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Eagles. Ugh.
You can't leave the Jets.
D-tier fan base. Ugh.
Yeah, I'll never go to Philly in my life solely because of the fan base.
Look, man, a bad apple ruins the bunch.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're all bad apples now.
No, they aren't. You see, that's exactly what I'm saying. A bad apple ruins the bunch, so you think they're all bad apples.
But we've already gone over what the...
Yeah, they threw rocks at Santa. Okay?
Did you not notice, like, when you woke up, when you went outside, what the city looked like? Like, that looked... I would have thought
it was trashed.
Y'all would have lost. Like, imagine people, like, who are just trying to just chill. Maybe people who aren't, like, invested in sports, like, walking down the street or trying to get home from work. And you know what they see is just a mob of people in front of their
That's
building.
what's so awesome about Philly, honestly. You can't not be a part of the sports culture. Cause sports culture in Philly is Philly culture. You know, like this city is so unified. Everybody knows that when the Eagles are doing good, or I mean, I've never been here when the Sixers are doing good or when the Phillies are doing good. But everybody knows, oh my gosh, like, dude, there is nobody here that is, like, gonna be trying to drive home after the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Like, literally, from my house to South Philly, these streets were just packed. Sports culture in Philly is Philly culture, and that's what makes it awesome.
Dude.
It's not like just a handful, some percentage of Philadelphia rocks with Philly sports. Literally everybody does. It's huge.
Dude.
Do
you see how many of those places are completely and utterly trashed?
Dude, it was nothing that you couldn't pick up. It was cleaned up in like a day.
There ain't no way it was cleaned up in a day, bro.
It was.
You had streetlights physically removed from the ground. There was no way that was all cleaned up in a day. In addition, you had multiple businesses on the city streets getting their windows smashed in. And all the
That
all the
is
stuff
not true.
gone.
I didn't see that. I
all
didn't
of
see
it
that.
gone. Like there's just
I didn't see that.
merchandise gone.
I
It's
don't
insane.
believe that because shit gets so crazy here that businesses have like metal garage doors that they put over all of their
That's
windows and
crazy,
doors.
bro.
It doesn't matter if it's here or if it's in South Philly or Center City.
Look, man,
I didn't hear about that. Every business has those, so I don't know. I would have to see it. It might have been
Yeah, he's gonna
a
fact
little
check here.
fake
Go
news
ahead.
or maybe the
Not to
dumbest
mention-
business owner in the
not to
world.
mention, dog, you lost your phone out in Philly.
Yeah, but like I had a little too much to drink. What are you gonna do?
Look, man, nah. That would I don't I hate that. I hate that like thing. I hate that. That's terrible.
What are you gonna do?
That's why you get full insurance on your
I'm gonna
phone.
complain.
Wow,
I'm
wow.
gonna complain. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm complaining.
Look, man, yeah, you're complaining because I am a survivalist.
Okay, now that's
Hey.
now that's BS.
I'm a wanderer. Oh, I'm a wanderer.
He keeps
Dude, it's not Philly's fault. It's my fault, man.
Yeah, but you ain't a
I mean-
survivalist. Like that's a crazy term to use. That you live in a populated.
I've been around.
Like, the way you say survivalist, you're trying to sound like you're Bear Grylls.
Boy Scout, man.
We did more survivalist things during Scouts than anything you've done in Philly. Period.
I don't know, man. I don't
Walking
know.
to the grocery store and walking your groceries home is not survivalist behavior. That is like a thing people do.
Okay, how about this, man? I mean, I remember I asked you about this, and I asked you if your dad had done this. I mean, you ever gotten on your computer because you needed directions somewhere, had to write those directions down on a piece of paper, and then leave to get to that location?
So memorizing something, or just
Oh
writing
my
it
God.
down, using
Different
a map. Using
Memorizing
a
something.
map.
This is geographical. This is physical.
Dude, the
Like-
streets are numbered. Like, do you realize it's a grid
The
system?
streets are numbered. That's
It's a
just
grid
not
system.
true.
It is a
That's
grid
just not
system.
true. Not every street has a number.
So it's
man.
It's a grid system. It's a grid system.
That's just okay. Yeah. There. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Hello?
Hello.
All right, cool. I smacked my earbuds pretty quick, pretty hard. But
Grid system.
dude, it's okay. Yeah, there are streets that have numbers.
Grid
Not
system.
every street is
Grid
numbered.
system.
So
matter.
it doesn't.
matter.
You can't
Grid
just
system.
say grid system when it doesn't work like that. I can't.
Yes, it does.
If something is on freaking I don't know Greenlaw Street, I can't just count to Greenlaw.
You count the number of blocks. You go, you draw a line from where you need to go, and then you draw a line there. You can count the blocks. Like, if you need to go 9 blocks up and 2 blocks, 9 blocks north, 2 blocks west, boom.
Yeah, but I really want to know where everything is, so I decided to write the directions down.
You
Take
don't
a
know
right.
where everything is anyway. You couldn't tell me where it is right now.
Yeah, I could. But ask me where something is.
Okay,
Ask me where
where's this
something
place?
is.
Where's this place? Give me directions to this place that you had to go to.
I don't know. Greenlaw Street is a place I made up. But Rally House, you just I'm not actually.
What?
Somebody might.
You don't remember the place you had to go on the map? I would have thought you would have at least known that.
What do you mean, dude? Greenlaw is just a place I made up. I can't dox myself.
Forget it. You know what? Forget it.
I take all right. No. I can't like. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Dox myself?
You're not a survivalist.
Oh my god.
Not a
Yeah.
survivalist.
All right. So if I don't dox myself, I'm not a
No, it's not
survivalist.
about they're not doxing yourself. You're just not a survivalist.
You said, give me the directions
Fine then.
from
No,
your house to
no.
this
All you
place.
have
You
to
know,
do-
there's some crazy
All you have to
person I
do-
bet out
no,
there.
you
It's
don't
like,
have to- okay, well then Taff, use the system I just did. Use the grid system that I just did to figure it out. Because you already know how to get there. You can do the same thing.
yeah, I do. I don't know how not knowing how to. I don't know how knowing how to get somewhere makes me not a survivalist now. Like,
Knowing how to get to a place. So I know how to get somewhere, therefore I'm a survivalist. Same logic.
Yeah, but like, all right.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a little deeper than
Okay.
that. It's deeper than that
Right.
because
He's
a
talking
lot
physical,
of
not geographical.
exactly, exactly.
Gosh.
A lot of these youngins these days, these Gen Zs,
They
these
don't
Gen
get it.
Alphas,
Oh my
they
gosh,
you know
bro.
they just type in maps on their iPhone, and they
You did
just
it on a
type in the
computer.
place, and
What
they just
difference
go
does it make?
like they're looking at a mini map in a video
You did
game.
it
Oh
on
my
a
god.
computer tab.
Oh
That's
my god.
what is the difference? How is that
Well,
any different?
what do you mean? What is the difference? I write this down. I get natural. Also, I'm not staring at the piece of paper because guess what? It's not pinpointing my exact location.
Just because you have something called a memory and being able to write things down, that does not make you a survivalist.
All right, what would you like to see me do? Oh, I mean,
No,
I
here's
guess
what
if
it is.
you
No,
really want to
it's-
see survivalist, let's go homeless in New York City for a weekend. Like
That's
this
no.
is
Whoa.
yeah.
My
This
God.
has been an argument had on the podcast before. I
No,
mean,
that's not.
God.
That's not what that means, man. So what? Is that what you're saying? Are homeless people survivalists?
oh for sure. Are you kidding me?
It's probably true. Yeah.
No, like literally, like I feel like I typically play the ridiculous angle of the argument, but unironically,
That's
homeless
such a
people are definitely homeless people's entire lives are
It's
based
survival.
on survival. Yeah.
Not in the
Like,
traditional sense, but yeah. But like in that case, then there's no way. What
exactly,
you can
just
say
like
what you're
me,
doing. No,
just
no, no,
like
no, no,
me,
no.
grabbing a piece of paper and trying to get to point A to point B
Oh my
is
gosh.
is not in a traditional sense, but that is survival.
not even
I
a-
needed.
What? That's survival? That no. No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, no. No, 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 no.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
not at
no.
all.
No.
It's not at all.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
I think
No.
that
There's
might
no,
be.
no. You know what? There's no thinking. You're not thinking right now. You are not thinking about this. You cannot possibly be.
Nah,
having a
nah.
coherent
That
thought
response
if
took a
you
good
think
bit
that
of
it's
thought.
survival.
I'm pretty proud of that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dude, you when like you're driving a car and you put the car in reverse, your brain just went reverse and just backed into the back of the garage, and now there's damage
No, it
to
was-
your car. There's damage. To
No,
your
no.
brain.
This is what
Your
it was.
brain
It was
been crushed.
a callback to what I had said earlier. So therefore, it was more like I was using my rear view mirror as I was driving forward to progress.
No, not a survivalist.
Mm-hmm.
End of query.
Mm-hmm.
End of query.
Man, we gotta.
End of discussion.
Well,
Not
we
a
need to
survivalist.
take an official vote on this.
Okay, cool. You're
Gotta
not
get
a
a poll
survivalist.
going.
Diamond, he's not a survivalist. Taff, you're
Diamond,
not
what?
a
No.
Diamond, what do you say?
Not a
Diamond, what do you say?
survivalist.
Not a survivalist. All right, it's okay.
I respect.
I love when
Don't
they
get me
count me
wrong.
out.
I do respect the naturalness of writing it on the paper. That's cool. Respect.
Mhm.
No survival.
It's cool that you can write down directions, Taff, but that does not make you a survivalist. That is
Look, man, I
fantastic.
walked there too.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Bravo, dude. You walked
I know.
to this location. Imagine you just wrote it down and didn't go.
Yeah, let me drive.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Like, yeah, I think I could get there. Throws the paper out.
No. Man, oh my gosh. Dude, what? It has been an hour and 33 minutes. I am impressed.
What a show.
I'm impressed.
Indeed.
there was
Are
the
we,
one thing- There was
What? What's the one thing?
I was disrespecting Jason Tatum the other day, apparently.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't just open the rabbit hole.
He let the bear
All right,
out of
dude.
its
I'm gonna
cage.
say one word and one word only. Efficiency. 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 Jason
That
Tatum
was 3
is
words.
the
You lost
most
one.
most efficient player in the league. I'm the most efficient team in the league with one of the highest usage rates in the league. Celtics and
I
four.
mean,
Celtics
here's
and
my
four.
thing. Here's my thing. Kevin Durant versus Jason Tatum. Phil, you said that Kevin Durant, if theoretically Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum switched teams today, it would result in more net wins for the Celtics than if they keep Tatum. I think that is
No, no.
It wouldn't net
ridiculous.
more wins for Phoenix. That much I'll say for sure. That I know is true. That if Tatum was on the Suns, it would not net more wins.
I could. That's tough to say. I think they'd be better than a 500 team for sure. Because he brings a better defensive aspect, and I feel like he would be a younger aspect too. But I don't
That's
know.
true. He can fly down the court.
It is hard
Kevin
to
Durant
say.
cannot
Like he
really
would
do
bring.
that.
It's hard. Cause I don't know. Like they do have Beal and Booker, so like it's not like he'd be coming in to like be the
Beal
face
is-
of the team.
Dude, Beal
He
is
would in
nothing.
a way, but like he'd be teaming
I think
up.
he would.
He would technically be. I feel like it'd be weird.
I mean, Beal sucks now.
Bradley is overpaid. Bradley.
You guys should have just never split up the original finals team, man.
Dude, for real.
I don't know why we did. That's what I hated KD when we got him.
Like, dude, Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson on that team right now would make you guys a top 4 team in the league. Or, like, not in the league, I'm sorry. Like, top 4 or 5 in the West, probably.
The other
I
thing,
think just having that bench presence.
The other thing that bothered me about that whole trade, even the worst thing, they didn't even commit to that trade to begin with. When they traded for KD and then they traded for Beal, I was like, okay, that was stupid. But you know how much they committed to the combo of Booker, Ayton, KD, and Bradley Beal? Because the whole point was they just have an incredible front five. They just have no bench. Then they moved DeAndre Ayton for like a bag of peanuts and Yusuf Nurkic, who I would have just preferred the peanuts. I didn't even want Nurkic at that point based on the way he's freaking played. And now he's in Charlotte. Dude, they committed to that for like, they allowed those guys to play 8 games together. They were 8-0, by the way. When they all played and were healthy, they were 8-0. And they only committed to it.
Jeez.
There we go. I don't know
It
if I was muting.
so dumb. It was so dumb. It makes
I had no idea. That's terrible.
makes me
Oh,
angry.
crap. Gotta plug in my computer.
No, it's an interesting. I mean, it's a weird team, man. Like, I thought it would work with Booker. I mean, not with Booker, obviously, but with, like, Durant coming in there. It's another thing, too, is defense, man. You guys are, like, bottom 5
It's
defensive rating in the league.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't help.
The other thing
Yeah,
is,
man.
like, KD playing so many minutes, too, is it's like...
I don't think. Here's my main thing. I don't think at this point KD adds wins to your team. I don't think he is good for a basketball team. The last time Kevin Durant was on a good team, it was Jason Tatum's second year in the league, and that team was the Warriors. Since then, he has been on the Nets. Now the Suns. Both of them crappy attempts at a super team that just didn't work. It's like he's just throwing paint at the wall, hoping he can coast to another ring. I just don't like it, man, and it hasn't worked either time. This guy clearly cares so much about what other people think from all the social media posts. KD is just lame, man.
If KD understood what it took to actually win basketball games, because that's the thing. I think he's played basketball for so long that he knows everything about scoring and shooting, but he doesn't actually know how to win. So when it's his choice to, like, the one choice he made with the Warriors was great. And then he was like, wait a minute, it's not...
That was not a great choice.
To go to the Warriors? For
Yeah.
Kevin Durant? Really? For Kevin Durant, going to the Warriors was a bad
You think
choice.
that was a good decision for Kevin Durant?
Durant, it got him 2 rings. How is that not a good decision for him?
Oh, man, this is a hell of a debate to
Are
have.
you serious?
Get one word, pussy, dude. Like, it's... Like,
You're kidding.
you
right?
are already... They lost in, like, 6 or 7 games to the Warriors in the conference championship. It looked like they were going to win the finals on the team he was on that year. You don't do that.
They didn't. And I don't understand. No, I'm talking about for his career. For his career, right now, if you really think that Kevin Durant was going to win a ring with the Thunder the next 2 years, fine. Then maybe it was a bad move. But he went to the Warriors and won 2 rings. How is
You
that
say
bad
if you
for someone's
really
career?
think like that wasn't a real possibility. He instead of being on a team where they had a real possibility of winning a ring and I don't know, competing with the team that drafted you, I think that move is responsible for the reason we don't feel as much of a competitive spirit when we watch the NBA today. Like that move, he could have stayed competitive with the team that drafted him on a team where they were like a freaking game
the
away. They
question
were like
was-
a win away or 2 wins away from winning the conference and going to compete against the Cavs to play LeBron again. We haven't seen LeBron versus KD in the finals since the freaking. Actually, wait, never mind. All right. Well, he was on the Warriors, but I barely remember that as a KD versus LeBron finals because it was freaking LeBron versus the entire stupid Warriors super team. It was stupid, ruined the league, should have been vetoed. Honestly,
That's not the
It
question.
is.
That's not the question. It's not a question of did it ruin the league or anything like that. It's a question of
All right, what's the
for
question again?
Kevin Durant, was it a good or bad move to join the Golden State Warriors based on everything that has happened in that tenure for Kevin Durant? Yes, it was a good
I
move.
mean, winning a championship
He won.
is never bad, but there are a ton of people, including myself, who say things along the lines of, if LeBron had 1 ring and it was the 2016 one, it still means so much more than the 2 empty rings that Kevin Durant has.
Look, man.
Realize this team went like 16-1 in the playoffs?
Yeah,
Kevin
I realize
Durant
that.
cut his salary in more than half to be on a team that just went 73-9? Like, come on. That is lame as hell. This is when Kevin Durant was arguably, he was top 2 in the league, and that was not arguably at the time. And you go to join the team that is coming off the best regular season record ever?
That's not
Like,
no.
no,
You're still. That's not the point of that. Like everything.
You're
saying
thinking
right now,
too objectively.
No.
You're thinking
But
far
that's
too objectively right
no,
now.
you're thinking way too subjectively. That's the whole point. The whole point is for KD. Was it better for him to stay or better for him to join the Warriors? Based on what we've seen from what we know, yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because Kevin Durant doesn't play like a guy that wants to win now. And he cut his salary in more than half to win games. Why not get paid more on the team that drafted you and win with the guys you had played your whole career with up to that point?
You are saying that as a subjective individual who did not enjoy the fact that KD went to the Warriors.
And you're acting like
I'm not
winning
saying
makes something objectively better for a player.
Why would it
Like
not?
what?
If that's what he wanted. If that's what he wanted.
Well, for him it was. For
Okay,
him,
yeah,
it was.
Kevin Durant took the easy route to a championship. So from a business standpoint, sure, it's better for him. But like,
Oh, it
that's
sucks
not
as a
what.
fan.
Like,
What I was
then
saying-
it becomes a question of, are sports even about competition at that point?
What? Of course, sports are obviously about competition. That's the whole point of who wins it at the
All right, so why doesn't everybody try out for the 73-9 Warriors? Like by that logic,
Because
like,
that's not the way they think, Taff. That's not the way that every single player in the league thinks.
Yeah.
well, it's stupid. He's a scumbag.
Fine, you can call it stupid, but objectively for Kevin Durant's career, it was a good thing for him. Like, I don't get that.
That's how I feel.
Kevin Durant just got called a scumbag on the Primetime with Taff and Phil
Dude.
podcast.
My
Whoa, that's got to get on ESPN, dude. Oh my god.
man, bro. Jeez.
Oh.
Like, I'm
Like if sports are just about all winning all the time, and they like
if you want to win, that logically is a move that makes sense.
Yeah, because
okay.
trust me, as a fan, it does suck. Like I agree, it
I agree with
sucked
that too.
seeing that happen. I wanted him to stay together with Westbrook for years and years and years, but yeah, he said it's probably a better opportunity for me to actually win now, and it is lame. It's lame. I mean, we all know it's lame, but he got what he wanted, which was obviously he cared more about winning than other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was his only care was winning. Not to who knows? I mean, I don't get wrong. I think they could have won something in Oklahoma City, like 100%. Like we just will never know. We
like,
just never.
This guy.
But they went to the finals 2 years prior too,
Yeah, but
or
like
3 years, whatever it was.
Yeah,
the same,
and also it's not like he was with some horrible front office. He had the best front office in the league backing him, a sidekick already, and Russell Westbrook. Like, come on!
yeah.
Ugh, lame.
Although, here's something that's interesting. I want a hypothetical on this.
Okay.
You know what? No, I guess it's not comparable. I was gonna say if Myles Garrett requested a trade and forced his way into Philly, but then at the
If
same
who?
time, like if Myles Garrett, let's say requested trade, forces his way, I want to play for Philly or I'm not playing next year. Like basically forces his way into Philly. You think people feel differently about him?
I mean, it is a little different because there's more players on an NFL field, and I think Kevin Durant at the time was way better at basketball than Myles Garrett is at football right now. But people would definitely feel differently, just not nearly as strong. Anything a player does is going to make somebody feel differently about him, but it's just not like the Warriors. Or like, yeah, the Eagles might have just blown out the Chiefs when they had a bunch of momentum, but they still weren't the 73-9 Warriors.
And
like,
that too. And also in the NFL, when you request a trade, I feel like the fans deep down, even though they hate it, they know it's out of like, hey man, our organization sucks.
Yeah.
Like we can't blame this guy for wanting to leave. Like he's not leaving a really good situation. He's leaving like, I mean, he's not getting any younger, you know what I mean? And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And like, hey, he wants to win, go on a team that actually is competing. So I guess it's similar, but definitely not as bad
What would be
as
the
like
comp,
someone just
then?
upping and
Like a hypothetical comp for a different.
there is no there is
yeah.
no
I mean, it
comparison.
really it's just
Well, no, I'm
like,
saying
hey, you left a
hypothetical.
really good
Like, I'm
team
not
to
saying
join a
one
really
that's
bad
happened.
like.
Hypothetically, that would be like, I might get into soccer here. That would be like back in the days of, Ronaldo being on Madrid and Messi being on Barcelona. To me, that's like Messi going to Madrid. It's ridiculous. It's just not canonically supposed to happen in sports.
A really good one would be like the Dodgers. Like they're already so good, and they
Yeah.
have like the big.
They keep
Well,
doing
it'd be
that.
like someone like Aaron Judge, who plays for the Yankees and is like the face of the Yankees. Be like, yeah, I'm tired of losing. I'm gonna go play for them. Like it still wouldn't
Yeah.
be that echelon, but like that's like one of the closer comparisons I could think of.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
'Cause, dude, they're so good. They just add players because they have the most amount of money. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Redonk.
Redonk.
Kevin Durant, if you watched this and you liked it, come on the show.
I don't know if you would like being called a scumbag.
No, that's getting on ESPN. You wait.
That's good on ESPN, dude.
Stephen A. is going to talk about it in the morning.
Oh,
We'll clip it and he'll be like, so Taff Smith called Kevin Durant a scumbag.
Behavior.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
All right, do we have any final comments before we close the show?
Remarks.
Yeah, I do. The Boston Celtics are going to win the 2025 NBA championship as well. So I'm tired of hearing about the Cavaliers. I'm tired of hearing about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just cut it out. The Celtics are going to go back-to-back because they're efficient. They've got the veteranship to do it. They've got the experience. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think we go to 7 with the Cavs? Yeah, I think it'll be a great freaking series. But I think we win. I think we win.
About the wrong guys, I think.
No one is worried about the Knicks, dude.
I will. Yeah, I did kind of neglect the Knicks there, I will say. But
we have kind of underperformed.
Detroit. They might lose
Yeah,
to
you
Detroit
guys.
in round
I
one.
might lose to Detroit.
in round
I
one.
might lose to Detroit.
You might lose to Detroit round one,
Yo,
dude.
honestly, bro, Detroit's on one for real.
Dude, if
Detroit is
Cade would
balling.
be
I'm
the
happy
next.
Yo,
Detroit's
I
finally putting it
honestly
together.
couldn't be. I could not be happier to see Detroit doing well.
Exactly. Dude, here comes Cade Cunningham. He's gonna be the new Trey Young, dude. He's gonna.
Also, Jason Tatum is the face of the league. I do have to put that out there.
Okay, no.
That's not true.
No, he's not.
If we talk, I mean him and
The face of
Giannis,
the league.
him and Giannis.
It's
Well, Giannis is
it's
kind of falling off.
Giannis.
But, like,
No,
dude, you gotta
It's.
you have to base it on accolades, like you do.
You want to base it
no.
on
The
accolades?
face of the league. The face of the league is based on the media.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm
You know
saying.
I'd say?
Well,
It's
that-
still
that-
LeBron.
But that's the problem. See, I agree, and that's
I was
the
gonna say it's
problem.
either LeBron or it's SGA, which is crazy.
Like, I will say though, the media, like, I hate the NBA. Well, I hate all sports media, to be honest. It sucks.
It's.
Like,
That's why
LeBron
we
came
need to
out and
take
said,
over.
"Why would you?" Well, LeBron even said,
Exactly.
"Like, why would you want to be the face of the league? Like, why would you even want that anymore?" And like, he's got a super good point, dude.
Who said that?
Like LeBron, because
Mhm.
Ant came out and said, he's like, "I don't want to be the face of the league. Why would I want it?" And like LeBron was like, "Why would you want to do that when all you do is get shit on?" And like,
Mhm.
got a pretty good point, dude. Like, but that's it's just weird, dude.
It's not always.
They cover things so weirdly. Like they cover certain things for like so long, and then like neglect so many things that are like cool about the league.
Yeah.
That is true. A lot of the stuff that I hear about the NBA, while I do have a lot of negative stuff to say about the NBA, more than positive, really, myself. But yeah, you definitely do hear more negative stuff about the NBA these days, I feel.
And
Which-
like just like the takes make no sense. Like players get like crapped on for no reason whatsoever. I don't know. It's interesting.
I
Also,
think there needs to be a fundamental change in how the league functions. I feel like I say this like every other week, but yeah, I mean, these players, I feel like catch a lot of flack because of things like load management or whatever. I feel like load management is really the number one issue in the NBA.
Load
Because,
management is
like,
bad.
100%. Also, why are we scheduling back-to-backs? Like, why does that even have to be I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, players should play back-to-backs, in my opinion. If you can't play 2 NBA games in a row, getting paid millions of dollars, it's kind of sad. But, like, if it's such an issue, like, just don't even schedule them. Like, it's obviously, like, that's a lot of load management. It's just rest, back-to-back. Like,
yeah.
the NBA season's, like, 6 months long of 80 games, so you got to play, I don't know, what is it, like 13 games a month at that rate? And I think it's a little less. Like, or it's right around there.
Yeah,
Like, dude, there's 30 days. There's 30 days in a month. Just schedule it every other day. Like, I don't know. The schedule. I think the scheduling could be better too.
I think the problem is it's definitely what's staring the NBA in the face, but they will never do it because money makes the world go round. Is there's too many damn games in that season. You gotta cut it, not to like I'm not talking anything like conservative, like moving it down to 72. Put it down to like
66.
58.
Yeah,
58
the lockout
at
year, bro.
most. Like
The lockout year. It would make games matter. I mean, games matter, but it'd make them matter even more.
mhm.
You wouldn't have the rest thing wouldn't be an issue because your games would be like every freaking, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. Or you could just shorten the season, whatever you wanted to do. But yeah, dude, that's what a lot of people want to do, and I can't say I blame it.
Yeah, because I think what makes the NFL special is, well, obviously you're not gonna have only 17 games in an NBA season, but what makes the NFL special outside of there being less games is that you like the games are happening on Sunday or Monday or Thursday, and you know it every week for about half the year, and with the NBA, it's like, all right, if I want to watch LeBron play, I'm probably only going to be able to catch the first half because he doesn't start till 10:30.
Yeah, dude, like that too.
And like, it probably will only be on like the Denver broadcast channel.
Yeah,
So I gotta get it on Stream East, and because I'm not paying $300 for League Pass, like you kidding me?
why would you?
Especially right now.
Especially when it's cheeks.
So it's like, how about we have the games on like Fridays, Saturdays, Mondays, like Fridays, Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. You play,
Right,
you'll have
exactly.
teams
Like,
play a back-to-back like 2-3 times a season tops,
right.
and the season is, let's say, at most 66 games, and at the least, I don't, as much as I would like to, I don't think you can go lower than 58,
No.
because I think it just makes sense to, I mean, 58, I feel like what you would do is you play every team twice, once at home, once away. And
That's cool.
yeah.
I like that.
Mm,
And like you gotta add
That's
stakes to
I like that a lot.
postseason. You gotta add stakes to seeding too, in my opinion. Like I just don't think there's any like the difference between the 1 and the 2, or like the 2 and the 3 is like so insignificant that at that point, like players just do not care. Like they'd rather just get in like as a 4. Like there's no advantage to winning more games essentially. Like the difference
Yeah.
between the 1 and the 2 is irrelevant.
yeah, when you look at the 1 seed in the NBA versus the 1 seed in the NFL,
It matters.
Yeah, like you get a bye. Like you get a whole another week off.
Mhm.
yeah.
And you're yeah.
Yeah, it's just very, very different. I don't think that in the NBA, like number 1 seed should get a bye or something, but I don't know. There needs to be something to, add more meaning to the number 1 seed so teams actually try in the regular season. They need to make things. They need to add things that make people try, because the in-season tournament, like, I make an active effort to not watch the in-season tournament. That might sound kind of crazy. I mean, it
I
doesn't
don't
take that much effort, but like
well, it shouldn't
the
need an in-season tournament to get people to compete.
yeah.
And I mean, it's
Like,
for
it makes
money
no
too.
sense.
Yeah, do you know what the reward is for the in-season tournament?
It's like what, 500,000 a player?
Yeah, it's like, why, like nah, bro, that's like, I'm not gonna sit down and watch basketball and get like excited about it so the players on my team can make like an extra 500K individually, on top of their insane NBA salary that they're already making. Like,
Yeah.
shut up, man.
Like,
Like if I got 500K period, not a shot at winning an extra 500K every year. If I got 500K once, oh my gosh, I'd be crying tears of joy.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't want to watch that. Let me do something that might lead to me getting $500,000 eventually. Like,
why didn't they make that like I think that especially, like if they made that like something that would apply to like a playoff team or something like that. Like if the team who won that tournament ends up getting some advantage in the playoffs, like that would be actually reason to play the tournament at all. Or same thing if that team ends up not making the tournament and being like a lottery pick.
Yeah, why did they think of, no, let's just give the players money instead of, like having some
like something to
playoff
do with
benefit.
seeding. Yeah, like you're guaranteed a play-in spot if you don't make the playoff or something, like, I don't know, something like that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. We should make an in-depth, like, hour-long video that's, like, cut and edited and stuff on how the NBA should be fixed. Like,
Yeah.
whole damn thing. Like, in-season tournament, definitely the winner needs some sort of bonus come playoff time, or if they don't make the playoffs, they get, like, an extra pick or something. And All-Star Weekend, wait, the stupid 4-team stuff. That shit is horrible.
Yeah,
Freaking,
bro. Hockey really came out
what
with
hockey
something
did.
special.
Yeah.
Do what hockey did. Do America. I don't even know what the other 4 like bigger ones they would do.
You could probably do America,
But, like,
Canada.
Like, yeah, like I was gonna say America, Canada, like maybe
America, Canada, France, and
or you could maybe, I mean, You probably couldn't do all of Europe. Europe would just cook.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it's a tough thing because like you got like Luka, who's from like Slovenia, then you got Jokic, who's from Serbia.
You have to have a world team.
Like I feel like you would almost have to make it Europe,
Yeah.
or like USA versus World.
Yeah.
USA
But,
versus
like,
World,
4-team
like
tournament, like what they did, because it's what was it? Hockey. It was USA versus Canada, and there were two other teams.
it was oh god, what was it?
Maybe was it France or Europe, and then the world.
I want to say it was Italy.
I mean, anything would be better than what they ran this year, but I feel like that a USA versus Europe game, Europe might just beat
Dude, why can't I tell
USA
what the
by
teams
like
are?
a million.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was
It
off.
could be- I think
It's USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden.
Mm.
I didn't know Finland produced hockey players like that.
Yeah,
And
it's
then you split
interesting.
up, like, then in that case, what you could do is you could split like. God, I don't know if there's just enough. There's probably not enough representation. Like I would have to see what the second biggest country is that represents. You could split Europe. Then you could do like split Europe in two.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Like it'd be tough, but I think that's the only option because, not like this was bad. Like every year, I think, it can't get worse, and then
It does.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, so bad. Also, I mean, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Maybe you don't get rid of it, but the dunk contest doesn't hit for obvious reasons. There are literal dunkers who we can see on Instagram who don't play in the NBA, who dunk better than the
And they're
players in the
winning
NBA.
3 straight times. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, like this also could be a little bit over the top, but what's stopping the NBA from it? Honestly, yeah, like this should happen because this seems like something that would happen back when, I don't know, the NBA was actually popping in like, the 2000s or the 90s. Like in addition to that USA Europe game, have your East West game in addition to that, and whoever wins that game
Gets NBA Finals home.
gets home court advantage in the finals.
You got to make it that way. I feel like that's the
how
only way to make it interesting.
And like another thing that's crazy is like, it's I don't know, when players first started getting super casual with it, I feel like it was like early 2010s. Like it's like we almost forgot how cool the NBA All-Star game could be.
Yeah.
Like, I think the point of the All-Star game, I feel like people came up with the idea of an All-Star game because it would be, somebody said, oh man, wouldn't it be so sick to see this team of freaking, the best five players from the East, the best five players from the West, I don't know, actually play basketball? Like
dude,
how
it's
is
one extra
this
game.
become
It's
some
one
sort
extra
of
game in the
slightly
season.
foreign concept?
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to try. It's because they don't want to get hurt, but it's like, dude, it's just another game. Like, cut out one extra NBA game and play that game instead. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you should be like, that was supposed to be like such an elected award. Oh, All-Star, you are one of the best. I don't know, say 12, whatever they do on each side. Like, you're one of the best 10 to 12 people in your conference. Like, you should feel awarded for that. So let's have a good competition, see if you guys are the better. I don't know. It's weird how it fell off.
It's kind of disrespectful to the event when you
like, dude, there's guys that are battling to be all-stars and who would battle to play in this game, and like, you guys just go, like, I don't really care.
Yeah, like,
I don't know. It's
so
weird because
cool.
like, it never used to be like that. Like, the players used to play. Like, they used to compete.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Kevin Durant happened. He never went to the Warriors.
Hell yeah. I'm like
never would have happened.
Honestly, I'm liking this blame Kevin Durant for everything. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down.
Phil goes,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just saying, it's not what he did would logically make sense if that's what he wanted. Well, gentlemen, we have hit 2:04. 2 hours and 4 minutes. I think that concludes today's episode.
Episode 19. Episode 19.
Episode 19. Episode 19 has been concluded. And you got any, how about some words of wisdom? Anyone want to drop some words of wisdom?
Brush your teeth. Don't eat too much sugar cereal.
I like it. Diamond, you got anything for us?
Any words of wisdom, Diamond?
I don't know. Does he have any? I got my words of wisdom.
Is he still here?
Back here. I'm back
here.
here.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, for no reason when one of my AirPods dies. Words of encouragement. Yeah, be great today. Best time to start was yesterday. Next best time to start is now. Crush your goals, man. Do what you want to do. Stop letting these little nobodies tell you you're not cool, dude, because you're cool. And all that matters is when you tell yourself in the mirror that you're cool. So, like, why give a shit what anybody else thinks, dude? Come on.
Exactly. It's always the people who have nothing going on for themselves who have something to say about other people.
Exactly. I'm going to round it out with people say, you can't change nature. Change is nature, man. And you know what? If you're not, if you're worried about change, it's natural to do so.
Exactly.
So
nothing changes if nothing changes.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. Green means go, dude. Green
Go,
means
go, 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 go.
And the green light is here.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're a terrorist.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say.
Yeah, boys.
And I'm Phil.
Yeah,
Woo!
he's Phil. Phil.
Yeah.
Freaking Phil.
Well, no, I'm
Phil, man.
Okay. You're supposed to say, and I'm Taff, and I'm done.
And I'm Taff.
And I'm Diamond.
And this has been Primetime with
Taff
and Phil.
and Phil and Diamond.
Diamond. Yeah. I mean,